Name confused. By Enchanted Nightingale. Chapter 73. Lonely. Creature was frowning at him, hands on his waist, and his eyes judgmental. His master, in turn, tried to ignore all the reasons why the house elf was worried about him. Months had passed since his little adventure in Iraq had gotten him a flight home in the most painful way possible. He still had a few rounds of physiotherapy to finish, and he insisted on not taking any medication when the twinges of pain became a tad too much when the weather changed. Humidity did not help at all. The green-eyed wizard knew he was getting better, and he had recovered faster than a muggle would have in the first place. He did not even suffer psychologically from it. That was a topic best left alone, because if he took the time to think just why near misses with death were no big deal, then he would need professional help. He knew he was not invisible, and he usually avoided taking unnecessary risks, but he realized that perhaps he was getting older. His reactions had not slowed, his magic was getting stronger, his eyesight was no worse and no better. He had no gray hair to speak of, and he was at his best physically. What the elf worried about was just how empty the house was. The wizard could tell. Creature had often tried to speak to him about it when his friends were no longer able to visit. Little Teddy was living with his grandmother, and it was very hard for him to visit as well. They were not likely to join the rest of the magical community across the wall separating the non-magical from the magical plane, and on some level, he had asked a couple of months back if the house elf would rather travel across. The last Potter was able to send him there, but Creature did not want that all that much. He was old now. Master would never have kids for him to take care of, and the house was big enough, not to mention the hellish puppies the wizard had brought home that were getting bigger and naughtier.
Aren't you lonely, Creature?
Creature has master, and master is kind,
the black house elf replied, reminding the wizard that he had also spent 13 years with only a portrait for company.
Perhaps master is the one who is lonely?
The house elf boldly commented.
You're not entirely wrong, Creature,
he told the magical being, who nodded and shuffled away. After all, there was nothing more to add to this.